Hello gorgeous souls, we're back and today we're doing an exciting awareness process using Women's Wisdom System. I'm excited on your message. What is it? So if you have been watching, thank you if you have, then you'll see it is a continual unfolding when you're using any of my systems, body consciousness or women's wisdom. With this particular one, it's women's wisdom on you, and that's what you've been actually experiencing.
Yes, very much so.
Yes.
It's been...
I liked your text last night. I think you said, what did you say, life-changing?
Life-changing.
Yeah, life-changing. I thought, oh, that's good.
Followed by 3 emojis of volcanoes.
Yeah, that's right. Got to go somewhere with those emojis. All right, so let's have a look. We're using the Women's Wisdom chart, and we're going in and we're asking, okay, is it somewhere in Kate's hormones? Is it somewhere in her house that she has to start with? Is it actually in her body? Is it, okay, so it's in the projections, so she's stuck in another story about her message. So in this system, it will tell you which of the stories you're stuck in, because you don't normally know the stories you're stuck in. You're so convinced they're real that to even consider something can be another possibility doesn't exist. So let's find out.
Yes.
And this is in your heart chakra. Feeling love in each and every moment. What comes up to you when I say that? What stories have you got about that?
Never felt unloved. And I've always been loved and loved, but whether I feel worthy of love?
And we need another angle. What does it mean to feel love in each and every moment to you?
That I think that's, to me, it has to be every moment, because I think that time is precious.
Not on the same one, not on the wave. If you can feel this, you can feel it on it. We'll get it when we're on it. What is it? Yeah.
Love in each and every moment.
Are you thinking about you loving you? Are you thinking about you loving other people? Are you thinking about other people loving you? Where does your mind go with that?
I think other people loving me.
Okay, so love in each and every moment.
Because I think because there's so much self-doubt all the time, that each and every moment of the day I'm watching and waiting and thinking, am I worthy? Or
it is about other people loving you.
Okay.
So does that mean when you step out with a message, as you experience, fear comes up, so you're going to meet both sides. As you experience in that day, you've got a positive message from someone and a negative message. And so it's up to us where we focus. So as you step out with a message, and in your case somehow with your art, we'll be interested in seeing that. How do you decipher with that? What comes up to you? What do you think people are going to love your art? Do you think people are going to receive from your art?
I think this is where I got caught up the other day. It's like I knew it was coming, and I knew I was going to be productive, and I did get a message that I was going to be productive, and part of me was just going, when, how, oh my goodness. But I fear that, what if my message is silly or ridiculous, or I just fear putting myself out there. I used the analogy when I was discussing it last night with nightmares I have about writing essays. And I realised that it's not writing things down that I fear, but it's putting myself on something, like my feelings on something that I fear. So it's about just being creative, but not feeling fearful of putting that creativity out because I don't think I'm good enough.
Yeah, we're still not on it. Okay, let's have a look at the emotions. Blamed, and somehow you're blaming something.
Okay.
And instead of blaming it, you can feel nurtured by it.
Okay.
So if it's love in each and every moment, and you're saying it's from others to you, we're looking at it. Do you blame them if they don't like you? Do you?
No. It's bringing up a lot of things.
Which it does, because if you've been watching my work, it does. It accesses the actual files. If we stay on to what it is, it'll access those files in the subconscious that we really need to share and get out.
Okay. When you use the word love, and I suppose I keep flicking over to approval,
Okay, you're on the right track when you go there.
Um,
So if others don't approve of you, do you blame them? Are they right?
I feel that they're right. Obviously, I've done the wrong thing, or I've been naive.
That's not the angle for this one.
Okay.
This is where you are blaming.
Blaming.
So remember, these stories sometimes aren't easy to see.
Yeah. So blaming myself or others, or that's the
Others.
Right. Blaming others.
Others, yeah.
I do. I've always, you know, I'm not doing this because, you know, when I grew up, my mum taught me how to fear everything, and my dad showed me how to do everything, and that was the way to do things. My dad was. I learned it. I did read a book about learned helplessness. That my dad would always save me, but in a way of not, I'm going to help you, but I'm going to do it for you.
Oh, okay.
And I remember when I was younger, there would always be, I would try and there would always be this correction all the time.
Okay, so that's where that's coming from then.
So I always felt like I maybe blamed the way I was brought up for my lack of self-esteem.
That's it. That's it.
Or
okay.
I would...
and there's the start of the projections towards men.
Okay, and the bullying I got at school, that's come up as well.
Yes, yes, okay. So
yeah,
you can feel, what your awareness here is saying here and now is that you can feel nurtured when perhaps someone wants to do something for you or help you do something.
Yeah.
So there must be a part of you that still feels it's going to have the energy of your dad.
Yeah, I think I felt, I fear going out and doing something on my own, and this is me, and this is what I stand for. I always feel like I'm going to come across like I'm just a bit of a dummy.
Yeah,
not really
okay.
knowing, you know, not being...
You keep going there, and I want to look at this, because you're going there, so you're on the Martyr Highway.
Okay.
We're on a different highway here. This is where actually, and we're looking at it, the intention to help you is kind of pure, but you're not receiving it like that.
Okay.
How does that feel when I say that?
Yeah.
So you let in, so thinking of your dad and thinking of what you remembered, which you were right on when you said that. So he's trying to help you, but it comes across critical, or he hasn't met you emotionally, or...
well, that's a big thing. That was a big thing, yeah.
Yes.
There was never much... when it came to talking about anything, I always came up against a wall of that's the way he saw things.
Yeah, that's the blame.
Yeah, and I blame that. And another thing that's come up for me now is with regards to my creativity was a school report that said Katie's painful lack of confidence is preventing her from da 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 da.
Yeah, wow.
So I've always thought, well, I've got terrible confidence issues, so that's why I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, okay.
And with my dad, because even when I was at college, my dad, on my dissertation I had to do, which was an interesting subject, I just came to a blank and thought, I can't do this, I don't know how. And my dad pretty much went, right, okay, that's it, you know. And I'm thinking, I'm in college, I'm 20, whatever it was, and my dad is still doing things for me. And part of me has grown with that, but at the same time, I've always said to myself, oh goodness, you know, I've grown past that now. But I don't think I have.
That's what's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah, and as you're stepping out with your message, more than likely people are going to step in and offer to help. Yeah. And we want to clear this so that you can actually let them in. Okay. So that you can let in positive criticism to negative criticism. You can let in... One of the things I learned from Brene Brown is that unless they're in the arena, unless they're doing what you're doing in the arena, don't listen to them. Okay. So if they're in the arena, making films, interviewing someone, and they have something to tell you about your film, then listen to it. Yeah. But if they're not, really let it go. Okay. Because as you go with creativity, you go forth and forth. And so you can feel nurtured. Like you experienced the other day, you got both sides. As you started kind of really facing that big fear, you got the darker side and the lighter side. You're left with the lighter side, but then it's a choice because they're both going to be there. And I think this is where there's love in every moment. They're both love. I'm just going to focus here.
Yes.
So you don't have to avoid, they're going to be there.
Yeah.
The black's always going to be there.
I feel like what's come up just then in my mind was that no matter what I would do artistically, that anyone could say, that's not very good. And I would go, oh right, no, of course it isn't.
Yeah, okay.
And it's stopped me from doing anything apart from it. Otherwise, I've got to be able to do it as good as that person, or it's got to be realistic, or I've got to do it this way, otherwise it's no good, or I've got to be able to do the whole,
Okay, so maybe then if we're looking at that was good sharing, maybe then the blame is like you're stepping out, you're new to it,